Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to WWE Aftershock Extra, and today in this video I'm going to be doing my predictions for tonight's episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. Figured I would do this because I haven't really done a video in a while on the current WWE products, and there's enough matches on here where I can kind of do that. Obviously, it's only going to be whatever's on this card, so I know there's been some other big stuff that's happened that I'll probably talk about when I do my Clash in Italy video. So there's that. Or whenever I do the next Aftershock or something. But yeah, you're gonna get two of these today. You're gonna get this one, and then I'm gonna do the AAA video. Predicted the next couple of weeks since they've been advertising those shows. I think it's like Monterrey in Mexico or something. And I'll have to look up the name of the show. But yeah, let's start with Saturday night's main event. We actually have like a full card for it for the most part. Like usually you don't really get a ton of matches announced for them. Usually it will be about like 3 matches and then that's kind of it. So kind of cool. We have like a full card announced for it. And yeah, I'll just do the predictions. Kind of talked about how we got there for these matches and kind of move on. And obviously give my predictions for them. So, and I'll do the matches in order of how I think they're gonna happen. So, um, if I had to make a guess, the opener I think is gonna be the men's IC title match. It's gonna be Penta defending against Ethan Page. This feud's been built up pretty well. Ethan Page got caught up a few weeks ago, and he's been kind of wanting to go after Penta's IC title because he feels like, he wants to follow the old WWE law where if you get that title, it kickstarts your career to the world title, which less so now, but that really hasn't been a thing for a while. But I guess it has been lately because, Gunther got the world title after a long IC title run and, stuff like that. And yeah, this feud's been pretty good. I think Ethan Page has been presented pretty well since he came to the main roster. This probably isn't going to happen, but I'm going to say Ethan Page wins. I think if he wins, it's going to get it. It's going to really launch his career, and it will be a great kickstart to his first big title on the main roster. However, I could see WWE dragging this out and having like Javon Evans and Rusev kind of get involved, which kind of causes him to lose, and then they build up to a fatal 4-way match sometime down the line, whether that's at this PLE or the Night of Champions or something. So we'll see what happens, but I'll say Ethan Page becomes the new champion. They always could get to the 4-way match and just have Ethan Page defend the title, but that's probably not going to happen. Then we have the women's tag team title match. It's Brie Bella and Paige defending against the Irresistible Forces. Not really that interested in this match. The women's tag titles really aren't anything interesting. They've already kind of ruined Paige's return. She's kind of just come in now and is just kind of part of the roster all over again. Really, she hasn't really done anything all that meaningful. She's just kind of been showing up and defending the women's tag titles and just kind of already just found a spot on the roster, which is unfortunate. I assume Paige and Brie Bella are going to retain. I don't really see why they would put the belts back on the Irresistible Forces. But yeah, really not a whole lot going on in the women's tag division, considering the fact that they've released a bunch of teams, and I think there's only like these 2 teams, and then maybe like the Judgment Day, and it's about it. So, and maybe I guess Flato Influence and stuff too, but really not a whole lot going on in the women's tag division. Even if there's a bunch of teams, it's all like they've already faced all the teams they could kind of face. So, yeah, they kind of blew that one. Then. Yeah, but I see Paige and Brie Bella retaining. They could do something where like Chelsea Green, since the Irresistible Forces attacked her last night, cost them the match, and then they go to beat her down, and Tiffany Stratton makes the save. because they've been kind of setting them up as like a friendship type of thing. But we'll see. Then it's the World Tag Team title match. It's Logan Paul and Austin Theory representing the Vision, defending against the Street Profits. This one I'm going to go on a limb too. I'm going to say the Street Profits become the new World Tag Team Champions. I think there's going to be some type of schmoz where Braun Breaker tries to interfere, and then Seth will counteract the interference, and the Street Profits will allow them to win the tag titles, and then they'll help Seth Rollins out, and they'll do a 6-man tag, either on Raw or the next PLE or something. And that would be kind of how Seth gets some backup with the Vision stuff going on. So I'll say the Street Profits become the new champions. I think they should anyways. I don't really think the World Tag Team titles are really doing much on the Vision. I think the Street Profits, the tag division on both main roster and NXT is pretty much dead. So, really not a lot you can do there. Then we have Becky Lynch versus Soruka. Not a title match. Soruka and Becky Lynch have been kind of going at it for a few weeks. Not the women's IC title, but this is pretty cool. Because it's non-title, I could see Soruka catching a shock win. The whole thing that Becky is making fun of the fact that she can't win, so Soruka could easily get a shock win. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Soruka will get a shock win. Probably not clean. I feel like there's going to be like a count out or a disqualification or something. I prefer a count out. Before she just wins, but I prefer a count out. Maybe she hits a soul snatch like on the floor, then quickly goes back into the ring or something. And then we'll piss Becky Lynch off enough to actually give her like a women's IC title match. And hopefully So would win it, but we'll see. Then what I think will main event the show is probably the 6-woman tag with Rhea Ripley and We're Not Friends versus Jade Cargill and Beechin being Mia Yim and B-Fab. Really not that interested in this match. I hope it doesn't main event, but I could see it main eventing because Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss are in there. And this is the match that has like the biggest star power. Although if the Street Profits win the tag titles, I could see that main evented. But I think they're going to give it to the faces. The heels beat them down a lot recently. And, Rhea Ripley can easily pin Meechin or B-Fab. It's not going to hurt any of them taking a pin. They're kind of the lackeys anyways. To Jade Cargill's group, they could do something, though, where Rhea and Charlotte, for some reason, can't get along, even though we've already done the storyline. And it causes Jade's team to win. And, obviously that can build to when Rhea beats her at Clash. But I'm just going to say the faces win. I don't really see why the heels would win. They could have Jade pin Alexa or something. But I feel like this should be the match where Rhea and Charlotte finally work together, right? But we'll see. And that's kind of the full call for Saturday night's main event. I think it looks okay. It'll probably come off together pretty well. The build-up's been kind of whatever. But, yeah, I'll repeat my predictions. I predict that Ethan Page will be the new Intercontinental Champion. The Street Profits will be the new World Tag Team Champions. Brie Bella and Paige will retain the Women's Tag Team titles. And the babyfaces are going to win the 6-woman tag at the end of the show. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not going to edit this or anything like that either, just because this video isn't really worth editing. And since the show's tonight, we wouldn't really obviously see this video until probably after the show's over. So I'll just kind of wait it out for that. Plus, I just uploaded and edited 2 big videos on my laptop this week. Figured I'd give it a break. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And I'll talk to you guys later.